Good things are worth waiting for. What's going on, my DC fans, and welcome back to another episode. Let's jumpstart it right away. Let me just say this. Sometimes I get caught into this trap as well when we're fighting for the Snyder Cut, and a lot of us, including me, we feel like we're fighting just for the movie, right? That's what we want. That's the prize. That's why we fight for this movie. We want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? I think we need to fight for more than that. I think if you're just fighting for the movie, it needs to be more than that. It can't just be for the movie. And I've made this mistake plenty of times before, and I think I'm going to change my mindset on the whole situation. Because if you're just fighting for the movie, it's going to be very frustrating. Because you're constantly like, okay, where's the release date? Where's the release date? And of course I want to see this movie. That's why we fight. That's a big reason why we fight. We want a release date. We want to see this movie. And we will see it. I guarantee it. But if we all change our mindsets just a little bit, and again, I'm all for this, and instead of fighting for the movie, fight for Zack and what Zack stands for, and Zack's family and what they went through. We are fighting this fight for Zack. Okay? It's more than a movie. Okay, it's for suicide prevention. It's for Zack's daughter. I have built so many friendships throughout this movement just because of this whole situation. So it's a very beautiful thing. And I've seen this plenty of times before. People posting like, if you're just doing it for the movie, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And just the other day, it really hit me. And it's gonna change. It's changing my mindset on the whole situation. Like I said, because before I'm getting really frustrated because I'm like, this movie needs to come out now. This movie needs to come out now. And I believe patience is key. And if we all just sit back and go, no, we will continue this fight for Zack and his family, it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, because we know we're gonna get this movie. But we just have to continue to fight. And I will continue to fight. And I will never stop. I will never stop for Zack because we love Zack. We love the person he is. What he's given us. And the interactions he's had with the fans. What he's doing with the fans. Just so many great things that he's done for us. He continues to do. He's one of the great ones. And that, again, this is why we fight. We fight for Zack. And as long as you keep that in your mind when you're fighting, it's going to push you. You're not going to stop. We cannot stop, no matter what. And I will not stop. I will make certain changes. For instance, it may, but I will never stop this fight. I will never stop saying release the Snyder Cut until it happens. There's a rumor, always rumors, a rumor going around that apparently in the Flash movie there's going to be Wonder Woman and there's going to be Aquaman, and they're going to be fighting against each other, and they're going to wipe out the Justice League, and this could possibly be the reason why how we get a new Justice League, maybe a new Batman and a new Superman. First off, in Flashpoint Paradox, the movie, that if they do a Flashpoint Paradox Ezra Miller movie, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they are fighting in this alternate reality. So, yes, if they do a Flashpoint movie, that would be correct. Aquaman and Wonder Woman would be in this movie. Do I believe this rumor to be true that they would do this to wipe out the Justice League? No, I do not, because at the end of the movie, it goes back to normal. It goes back to the way it was. Now, again, they can make minor switch-ups and change that, and again, they could wipe out Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman, and that's how you get your new characters. But I'm just not sure if that's going to happen. But my big question with this movie is the fact that, are you going to add Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot to this Flash movie? I think it's a good idea. It's going to, figuring that Aquaman was $1 billion film, Wonder Woman, is going to the first movie made a shit ton of money, the second movie is going to make a great amount of money. Then you add those characters into this Flash movie. That movie, it's going to jumpstart that movie to make more money. So yes, it is a good idea, and I think that's something that Warner Brothers has kind of been shying away from, especially in recent movies with like Shazam and Birds of Prey, where they were just like, no, let's make this their own standalone movie. Let's not add any characters. Those movies they could have leaned on that. They could have used the support. They could have, more people would have come out and watched those movies, and it would have made more money if you said, oh yeah, Batman was in Shazam, or oh yeah, Joker was in Birds of Prey. So I think they try to do that. That they try to be like, no, this is its own thing. Let's not add any other characters. And now I think if it makes sense for them to add Aquaman and Wonder Woman into the Flash movie, especially if you're doing a Flashpoint Paradox, it makes sense. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's a long ways away. We just don't know. Do I think there's any truth to that? Maybe a little. But we just don't know. We have to wait and see. Last thing I want to talk about is there was a Hollywood Reporter. They did like this roundtable with studio executives. You had like Paramount, Netflix, Disney, a couple other ones. But the one that sticks out is Toby Emmerich with Warner Brothers, WB. And there is I didn't watch the whole thing at all, but there's this clip running around. And the whole panel is talking about Zack Snyder and what he did with 300 and how amazing it was. And I think Paramount turned down Zack to do the movie, and ultimately WB picked it up to let him do the movie. And the look on Toby Emmerich's face is priceless. And again, the whole table is just like praising him, talking about how that movie was just like groundbreaking, all this and that. And Toby's face is just like, he's like sinking in his chair, and it's so funny to watch. And it was like, I feel like it was so set up to the fact that all of those other studios, they all know about the release of Snydercut. Everyone knows about the release of Snydercut, and I think that was their little way of digging at Toby Emmerich and WB and saying, you guys are stupid. What are you guys doing? You're literally sitting on money and nothing. No one knows what's going on with this project. No one knows. That's the way I took it, and it was just entertaining to watch. To go off of that, eventually someone has to talk. It's going on 3 years now. Someone is going to score an interview with Ann Sarnoff, with Toby Emmerich, one of these higher up executives, AT&T, and they're going to ask him, what is going on with the Snyder Cut? And when they do, they're going to have to answer. And they can't play dumb and say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Because then obviously the interviewer is going to be like, what do you mean? Everything you put out on social media has release of Snyder Cut attached to it. Everyone's commenting constantly about release of Snyder Cut. So you can't play dumb and be like, oh, we haven't heard about that. You're going to have to answer it. What are you going to do? Say no comment? And just dig yourself deeper into your grave? So yeah, it's only a matter of time before someone has to say something. But it was just entertaining to watch Toby Emmerich just sit there and just squeam in his chair. So anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, because that helps me, and in return, I can help you. And as always, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, new content's coming to you from Subjective Reviews. And thank you for watching.